and good evening, depending where you're joining us in the world. You'll see us again in our weekly hot and spicy chat on dating and relationships with fabulous and amazing Cristina Davy and myself, also fabulous and amazing Olga Geidane. And we are here with another very hot and spicy topic for you. Cristina,
Mhm.
I'm really excited about it. Would you like to announce that?
Absolutely. I absolutely love today's topic because I think it'll be appealing to many people, right? I often talk to so many women who are, conflicted about this. So today we want to address why women choose successful men over broke. And it could be triggering for some, and it could be, quite a revelation for others. It remains to be seen, isn't it? But anyway, so what do you think, Olga? What do you think it's number one reason why women will might choose to go for a successful man instead for a broke man?
Oh, Christina, there'll be so many reasons, but let's just give a little disclaimer first. Last week we did a show on actually gold diggers. Okay, what is a gold digger and what is not gold digging? So we highly recommend you to
Mhm.
go back and watch our previous episode because that will really highlight the difference. And today's topic is not about gold diggers. Okay, it is about those women who are not looking for just money. They just happens to be that they choose somebody more successful, which is not only related to wealth, okay, many areas and aspects of life as well, right? But they choose somebody more successful rather somebody who is broke, okay? And the first reason I would like to say why, because it is about safety.
Hmm.
Women are looking for safety, right? And what do we mean by a successful man? Successful man is not only financially successful, he's successful at knowing how to control himself and his emotions. He's successful within
Mhm.
his health. He's successful within his relationship with his maybe children he has and you, maybe with his relationship with his family, right? So it's an overall successful. And she is looking as a woman will look for safety. So for us, a successful man, he is a safer man. There's no guarantee in that. We all know it, right? But we look for safety and therefore we go for somebody who is successful overall because
Mhm.
we need that safety and reassurance that we will be safe, our offspring, our children will be safe, and our life will be safe. So, this number one reason, and I would say one of the most important ones. What do you think about this, Christina?
Absolutely, I agree 100% with you. A successful man has overcome a lot of challenges, and I think overcoming challenges is a sense of safety for a woman, right? So he's not afraid to take risks, he's not afraid to confront situations, he's not afraid to go for what he wants. And again, I think we need to define success, but in saying success, if we can be very general, and also we need to really. I think highlight the fact that success means something completely different for each person. So success can be financial, as you said. It can be, you can be a successful parent, right? So defining success for yourself will really help you understand, who is this successful person that you're looking for. Success also for many means a high status, right, which often exudes confidence, competence. So then there's trust that this man will be able to provide and will be able to protect and will be able to overcome challenges that, you know, let's be honest, in life, you will have challenges. I don't have to become me to become the protector, me to drive the carriage, me to be the one. I can relax in my feminine and offering the warmth and the nurturing that I'm naturally gifted at, and leave the harder things to him, right? And there's also an association with resourcefulness. Being successful means that, well, you achieve success because you're also resourceful. You might be good at problem solving, you might be good at finding another way of solving a situation, of dealing with conflict. So it is really important that we define success and understanding that success is different from everyone. And that's why I love, this is what one of the things that I love about our title, that we're not talking about why women choose people with more money. We are talking about success. For me, for example, I am
Mhm.
truly inspired by someone who has plans and goals and really goes for it. Someone like, I know a gentleman that, he's I think in his 50s, and he just decided, to go boxing, and earn a championship, or it could be that you just, I don't know, whatever, what your hobby or passion is, you go for it. So successful can mean so many things, and it's really truly inspiring a woman, to admire that man, to appreciate him for what he does, and therefore it's just more appealing.
It really is. It actually is very, very sexy. Let's admit it, right? It really is sexy when a man is visionary. It really is. For many women, including myself, it's a turn on to see somebody who actually is ambitious, who is
Mm.
confident to go after their goals, right? And actually, that's another reason why many women choose successful men, because they are visionary, because they have something they want to achieve. And so do women. Women
Hmm.
also want to achieve things. We want to co-create with you. We want to have common goals. And if you, as an individual, as a man, don't have any goals, you haven't achieved anything, you're just floating in life without really pre-planning your life ahead, we don't feel like we can co-create with you. It doesn't have to be big, it could be something small, it could be weekly goals, it could be monthly goals, right? But I always say there's no common goals within a partnership. You will end up
Mm.
outgrowing yourself, right? You end up outgrowing yourself, and that means you will leave your partner behind because they outgrow themselves too, right? Because we as human beings, we are designed for progress, and we're constantly designed to grow. When we don't grow, unfortunately, we stay within the same pod, and that's not happiness, right? So
Mm.
whenever we look at somebody who's already achieving something, they have their own goals, that is a signal to us we can co-create. I'm not saying it's a must. I'm not saying it will happen, but there is a chance. And I got burned also in my marriage with that, because I looked at my husband as somebody who is successful, and I thought together we will be achieving a lot. But unfortunately, he had a lot of traumas when it comes to co-creation, when it came to having common goals, and he was completely against that. We spoke a lot about that, but we didn't do anything. So here's a little tip, ladies. If you look at successful men and you think, okay, we can co-create, oh, we can do this, we can do that. Do something small together and see if that small thing, almost like a test, right? You got to look at your relationship as a partnership, as a business partnership, right? Do a little test. Okay, how good is your man at actually really succeeding and accomplishing a little thing together with you, right? If they are
Mm.
not, if they're backing off, if they're coming up with some excuses, if there's something else happening, that was in my case, they're not going to do big stuff. Because remember, the way how you do anything, you do everything. So the reason why women do choose more successful men over broke is because they want to co-create. But ladies, I want you to be careful. Not all successful men want to co-create with you. Okay, so don't be fooled. Don't be fooled like I was by somebody else's success. Okay, go and test, go and check. Relationship is not just like a pair of socks you put on your throwaway. It's something you got to be going into mindfully. Okay, so
Mm.
ensure that that successful man is ready to co-create, but doing something little, pre-planning, pre-organizing, and seeing how they would act and behave in that. If they don't, next. Don't bother
And I
wasting your
think,
time.
yeah, I think there's also that social status that comes, the social proof that
Mm-hmm.
comes with, success. So usually, a person that's successful, can also be someone who is highly respected in certain communities,
Mm-hmm.
and with that comes again more security, comes more recognition, and then the woman can relax in her feminine. I think it's a thing that many people don't understand, and They don't. It's deeply judged. If the man is, providing that sense of safety and financial, then the woman can relax into her creative side, into what she's biologically inclined to do, which is, as I said earlier, being more nurturing, designing, creating, being in flow, taking care of her body or her beauty, of her, and being relaxed and releasing all these happy hormones in her body as well. If a woman that has to, it's striving to for success herself, there are certain traits that she needs to develop and certain hormones in her body in order for her to go for that, and therefore is ultimately affecting her own energy, her the way how she is coming across. Like we can come across very tough, right? When we are driven towards success, when we want to achieve, when we want to reach goals, we tend to become tougher. We gotta park our feelings. But when we don't have to do that, then we can relax into the beauty of the place, the environment, the connection with others, the talking, the holding space. If you gotta go, if you gotta provide for yourself, you gotta I'm gonna park all of this, which is why many men do that. And therefore, by picking or choosing a successful man, a woman will have to, it's consciously choosing to actually relax a little bit. What do you think, Olga?
I totally agree with you, Christina. Yes, it really is about allowing yourself being in your feminine when your man is in their masculine. And success, chasing money, making money, going and winning, that is a masculine trait. That's why when women who are in a very high positions, they are providers, they are achievers, they are usually a lot harsher, they usually are more aggressive, they usually are masculine. In one word, masculine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just because it's a masculine energy to go and succeed and provide and earn, you will naturally be in your masculine mode. That's why many men that wonder, like, oh, what? I want to be a successful woman, but how do I handle her? You got to be more masculine than her. She will drop into her
Yeah.
feminine if you will be in your more masculine, right? And there are little tips, little tricks which you can do actually to allow her to be in her more feminine, right? But it's up to you to raise your masculinity even higher for her to drop her masculinity. If you don't raise your masculinity, he will be still masculine because that's her default condition because she's designed to right now because of what happened in her life to continue survive, to continue fight, to continue succeed. Allow her to stop that. Just give her permission. Just give her a chance to be in her feminine and she will drop into her feminine. Maybe not instantly, because if she was there for decades chasing and succeeding and fighting and surviving, it will take some time for her to drop her masculinity. But you got to be very masculine. You got to be really masculine in order to allow her to drop in her feminine. And she can do it. But you got to remember, there is no such an automatic switch. One of my clients, he was like, Olga, but how do I do that? How do I find the button for them? There's no button. There's no button. Okay. You man, you're in your constant masculine. And sometimes you drop into your feminine when you share your emotions, when you share your feelings, you go into your feminine. We supposed to be in our feminine and we go into our masculine. Life makes us to stay in our masculine. So we got to learn how to drop into our feminine. And the easiest way how we can allow your woman to drop into her feminine is just giving her a big, meaningful, firm, strong cuddle or a hug once you see her and hold her tight until you feel her shoulders drop, until you see
Mm.
her shoulders drop, right? But if you're somebody who is not in a strong masculine energy, she's not gonna let herself down. She will not. She will not let her guards down. That's why really masculine and successful men, they have this automatic ability to make women feel feminine almost instantly, right? Because we just drop into our feminine automatically.
I think the common thinking is that successful comes with money as well. And even in our title, if
Mm-hmm.
we were to look how we name it, right, it was choose successful man over broke. Someone who is broke might be focused on something completely different than creating
Mm.
money, right? So he could be successful at a sport that doesn't create money. He could be
Yeah.
so the I think when it comes to being successful, if you are successful at one area where you are broke, that woman might admire what you do, but she might still not feel a sense of safety necessarily, because
Mm.
financial safety is again very important for her in a sense that, well, if you provide for me, then I can relax to do all the other stuff that you're not gonna do. And someone who is broke, man or woman, someone who has a lower income, or they are not having the skill um, to create that money. They're not having the skill on planning or setting goals. They're not really trusting themselves. They're lacking the confidence. Again, it comes down to lacking confidence to go for what they really want. And they might not even really have the awareness that they want that, because it's completely outside the scope of possibilities. So, yeah, I would love to hear our audience opinion in regards to success, and what is it for them that is attractive in a woman or a man, and how the success looks like, and how much of the financial success of a person comes first versus other areas in their life.
Totally
But
agree. I would love to hear from them too. And I think something important here to highlight for men, Christina, is the fact that many men think they got to succeed for women. And I always say, I work with so many men who really want to level up. They're like, well, I want to level up because I want to be with that woman. And I always say, don't do it for a woman, do it for yourself. Your
mm,
own success will boost your confidence. It will give you
mm,
so much more energy. You will feel so good about yourself. You will be proud of yourself. So success is not for a woman. Success is for you, my dear man. So you can feel super proud of yourself and you can feel like on the top of the world. So do it for yourself and see how your whole entire life will change, because not only women will be more drawn to you, but also other men will be drawn to you, because everybody wants to be around somebody who's successful. So let's just clarify, it's not only women who are drawn to successful men, but also men want to hang around with more successful men. Okay. So on this note, please send us your stories. Please let us know, how did it manifest in your life? What have you experienced? Have you experienced women drawn more to broke men or successful men? Of course, it also depends on your blueprint, your relationship paradigms, and more. But still, we would love to hear from you. And most importantly, do let us know, where have you been joining us today, and share this episode with other people so they can learn a little bit from here as well. And with that, until next Thursday. And by the way, if you right now are somebody, especially if you're a single woman, and you're thinking, oh, Olga and Cristina, this all is great, but whilst those men are working on their success, or whilst they're, yeah, getting, all this mine and life getting sorted, what about me, a single woman? Like, what do I do now? You, single lady, reach out to this wonderful lady on the screen, Cristina. Okay, because whilst all
thank
those
you.
men preparing themselves for you, Christina will help you to prepare yourself for them, because she will help you transform and change to the level where you will be able to attract those successful men. So reach out to Christina straight away. Under this episode, there'll be links to her group, to her Calendly, where you can book a call with her. But reach out to her, because she'll be able to realign you with those successful men, so you will have the best relationship in the world.
Thank you so much, Olga. And likewise, for those of you who are in a relationship looking to sparkle, something that once was and is no longer there. Maybe you want to build more intimacy. Maybe you want to connect with your man or woman in a new way. Maybe the sex is not there how it used to be. So if you're looking at increasing the passion and connection into your relationship, Maybe you have been through some conflict and challenges in your life, and that has influenced your relationship as well. Maybe infidelity is the cause of a rupture, sort of, between the two of you. Please reach out to Olga. She has beautiful insight into human behavior and relationships for both men and women. And also, she brings in her own personal experience when it comes to infidelity and what she's been through, which is priceless. Once you've been through something like that yourself, it gives you an insight that most people just learn from books. So make sure you book your call, and make sure you join her programs and have a conversation with her about your specific problem and see how she can help. Thank you to all of you for coming here. We are looking forward to see you next weekend.
We are so excited to see you next Thursday. Please tune in and watch previous episode on what is the difference between gold digger and somebody who is not a gold digger. There will be so much gold for you there. Anyways, have a wonderful